What's up? It's Three Toe, and we are here with Ace Attorney. Now last time we just finished day one of the trial of Mr. Samurai, Mr. Powers. That's his name. Mr. Powers. Yeah, yes. Tell me straight, were you really addressing me when you didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should get better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick, what are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get them another day, right? Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. Does that mean... Please don't sound like that. Okay. Right, that was a recess. The coroner convened for the trial, Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thought on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. I guess it sounds sophisticated. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy, of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant of Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear how you mind, however. Beware, this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who obviously is innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great, as if and the stakes weren't high enough. Who was this person? It was the assistant. The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. He stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai. She's saying the Steel Samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That is correct, Your Honor. If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo. Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh, bad. Remember, there's more concerning Powers' injury. This is knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai, or she could look the Steel Samurai look without the costume, or with that costume. She couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. They've had to be the security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. The who? Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper! Order. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag, that's Miss Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She is by herself. In other words, no alibi. Interesting. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. She was in his costume so she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Electric Boogle. Wait, no. Sherlock Holmes 2, Holmes Harder. That's odd. Isn't that part where Edgeworth bounces? Doesn't he usually jump on objection with some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? So you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy. Don't just sit there. Do something. Pretty please. It's my move. That's further, obviously. Very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case. Can't be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Mr. Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one who was photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though, as you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? But that doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? The boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your elders? Whippersnappers. I have proof. But proof? Indeed, then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. Yeah, proof that shows the boy cannot have committed this murder. I mean, assume it's... Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. Wait. Would the witness like to come out of this? Loomback speechless. Very well. Girl will spend the... Okay. Please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy? What was her name? Something old bag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look forward into this old bag before we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned. Fuck. Wait a second. I'm not going to say while you are barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not talk about? By whom? I mean, it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk. That is odd. That is a bit odd. Well, testify. Those are sealed. Those juries wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with this, see? They told me just pretend that they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to accuse me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Ready to keep this from the court now. Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. I'm gonna press that. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director. We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run through their action scene without the director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. Go through the gate. Okay. About where the monkey's head is fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, we'd like to continue across that. I think I've already asked all my questions, but... So they had nothing to do with this. Okay, let's ask Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty mincing about having nothing to do with it, and they gave me a little bonus on the side. You got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked... Them? Who are these people? Well... Yeah, I think I'll take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were other close to... Okay. The director and the producers and some bigwigs were all present. Yeah, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense point. Prosecution will gather more information about the witness. More information about these other people who have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends today's proceedings of the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Really? It's nothing. Or should I... Well... You're going down to the studios. There's more, or the studios. There's some more to investigate. They have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witness for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who was in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying some time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure out of Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel if you feel sorry for her, then start calling her Wendy. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, or without my accusation, or with or without it. Okay. Thanks, guys. I like Mr. Powers. I bet I could be them. Edit his hair on top of mine, the little tuft right here, and make that the thumbnail photo. Yeah, I'm gonna ask to my editor. It's okay. She's been doing some thumbnails. She's been doing a really good job, so. October 8th. Ooh, what a day. It's no time for relaxing, Nick. Say, you think WP's got a chance? I guess this really depends on the people we find out about in today's trial. The director and the producer. Yeah, them. It's the director. No one's here, right? Now that they have old Bag in custody, I guess they don't have anyone to replace her. Hey. Well, I wasn't going to eat that. Oh. I guess let's go to Studio 2. Looks like Dave Gumshoes is in here today. You're right. He's probably up to his neck in paperwork after the commotion at today's trial. Nick, remember that Studio 2? It was down this path with Von Tree, right? Yeah, I think that's what they said. Maybe the director and the rest of them are there today? Now's our chance, Nick. Let's check it out. This is Studio 2? Thought so. Doesn't really look like much of a studio, does it? No, that it does not. Hey, there's a trailer over here. It's pretty sturdy for a movie set trailer. Are we sure this is a studio? So examine. Nick, let's go inside. You think it's okay? Oh, well, it's locked. Oh, shucks. Flowers here. Wow. Close inspection of the trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think it's part of some temporary film set. These are like materials for making a movie set. They've been sitting here for quite some time. This might as well be a junkyard. Fence is pretty roughed up. The big 2 painted here, probably because it's a studio 2. Probably, though it doesn't look anything like a studio. Well, I've been for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept it in pretty good shape. Looks like it'll run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney badge? An incinerator? Apparently they just put one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. Look like 2 people ate here. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. What is it with steaks around here? Hey, there's always room for steak, but something does seem out of place. I don't know, I just feels odd. Let's go visit. Okay. Sure, thank you for earlier. Not at all, we got lucky. You can say that again. It's not. So, WP, do you have any leads that might get us going in the right direction? Sorry, but no. Be sure to tell us anything that comes to mind, no matter how small. We can't rely on getting lucky again tomorrow. Yes. Fanboy. Are fanboys sneaking the studio often? No, not that I know of. Security lady's pretty strict with them. Not today, so smelly. Didn't she say they were often hanging around? Kids really love the Steel Samurai. They sneak past when she's not looking, I guess. Was the director present at the morning run-through? Yes, he was. He was directing how the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate should move. Why didn't you tell us that before? Well, the studio asked us to keep quiet. That has nothing to do with this. I hate to repeat myself, but Nick here is a newbie lawyer, fresh off the bar. When he loses, it's gonna be his... He's going to lose big. I see. You aren't hiding anything else from us, are you? No, I sure hope not. What do you think we should do? What? Why don't we do what you just said? We gotta scoop out this... Alright, there's no point here. That's okay. Just admit you don't have a clue what happened. To the employee area. Look, it's that assistant girl. Hey! Hi, WP's Laura, right? Not sure about the trial. Great job, guys. Oh, don't mention it. It is true. Is it true they caught the security lady? Oh. Actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You meant that one? Oh, what a mess. I know, I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Yeah, but you do work on the props and the backdrops, right? Right, just lots of times they end up looking worse than they did before I fixed them. Oh, well, I'm sure those things happen. Nothing to worry yourself about. You're right. I won't. Or else I think you worry at least a little more. If you excuse me, I have to go to the guard station. I'm supposed to fill in from this old bag. Right, see you later then. Good luck with your investigation. So fanboy, he came into this drain, so seems I guess they covered in a hurry. Hey Nick, if that drain is covered, the boy won't be able to get in. Yeah, I think that was the idea. I feel kind of sorry for him though, don't you? Wait, you want to rip that grate off? Really, Nick? We can? Whoa. Maybe. No, I think we should leave it. They only just repaired it. Take it off, the assistant will get yelled at by you-know-who. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. Move to the dressing room. Head up. That's what Mr. Powers says, at least. I guess they snuck in and took while he was sleeping. But what if Mr. Powers hadn't been sleeping? I wonder what the killer was planning on doing then. She's got a point. She does. This must be okay. Hey, supermarket tabloids. Leave those alone. Wolfman found on Mars. I'll have to buy that issue. Here's what we'll do. We'll end off this episode for the time being and reconvene at a later date. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.